The stock of the day is Salesforce. Mark and Mark are furiously rearranging their notes.
I had them in order.
Salesforce has reported on its third quarter, raised its annual revenue and profit forecast, saying that AI software adoption is picking up steam. Shares were higher as the provider of customer management technology flagged strong enterprise demand. So this hints that as more enterprises gravitate towards autonomous AI, there will be increasing need to service and automate repetitive and administrative tasks. So the company is now expecting FY26 revenue to come in between $41.45 to $41.55 billion US dollars, and that's despite slightly missing estimates over the third quarter. So the stock of the day is Salesforce. Mark, Moreland, I'll get you to weigh in first.
Sure. Interesting business. I've got a bit of a nuanced view on it. If you look at their 10-year returns, remember Salesforce is a SaaS business, so SaaS businesses will run well.
It's a customer
they've got about, I think they have about 30% market share globally, so they're the 800-pound gorilla in CRM, which is customer relationship management. We use one called HubSpot, which is another one, and they're a pain in the ass, all of them.
So, no comment from me.
So they're sticky businesses. There's a lot of things to like about them.
They're also expensive businesses.
They're very expensive, that's right. We spend 90 grand a year on HubSpot, and we're only a little outfit. Anyway, it's like a person. So Salesforce 10-year returns, I was surprised when I looked it up. 12.8% average, and you've got 23,000 on your 10,000 over a decade. For what this company is not good. So they haven't actually been that good at converting the business into profit. Now, if you look at it now, they've got Agentforce, which is their big thing, and they've really doubled down on it. And this is using AI agents to do active roles for doing through the whole sales process and so on. And it's a big opportunity for them, but it is basically competing with everybody else because Copilot with Microsoft, all the other players have all trying to do the same thing. So they're going to need to really come up with a compelling product that they can monetize going forward to make this an interesting investment. And I actually think there's a real risk for a lot of these SaaS companies, particularly this kind of company, to be disintermediated by new AI approaches. And the new AI approaches are where you could build a platform, for instance. The tools are so good now, you could actually cherry pick how you build your CRM and it would build it for you on the spot. And then the cost of doing that will be peanuts compared to what these guys charge. I think it is a really big risk. So even if they do a successful job of harnessing agents and build a business, and they might, I think that's just too big a risk for me.
Yeah, and why would you use necessarily Salesforce's agents in AI when there's going to be
there's plethora of agents.
Yeah. Okay, so that is a buy, hold, or sell today.
I'm going to go pass. Because I wouldn't hold it now, and I'd probably sell it.
So then it's a sell.
Yeah, okay. Sell.
What do you think about Salesforce? Is negative, Mark?
No, fairly opposite view. I don't see those risks because Microsoft and the likes have shown track records in the past. I mean, the reason Canva exists, the reason a bunch of software exists is because, Microsoft Office came out in the 90s. There's not too many massively innovative products that have led the market since then. And I do see this, it may well be 90 grand a year. I know that Salesforce is definitely more than that for larger sized businesses, but you're talking about replacing an employee, well, it's cheap. So I don't really see that being a cost for a business where you've got a 20-person sales team that becomes a 10-person sales team that's just as efficient. You probably end up way ahead. So, and if these guys and probably ServiceNow I'm sort of regarding them as the bellwethers they're the only companies outside the hyperscalers that are legitimately monetizing end user AI and show on a massive scale. And where these cheap wins are going to be in AI are generally going to be in reducing staff costs and efficiencies and things like that. These guys and ServiceNow particularly are very heavy into these agentic AI and the software. So look, I think if these guys don't do well, I think the hyperscalers have a disaster because someone's going to have to monetize this to the end user. It can't just be pass the parcel between the hyperscalers forever. So the success of something like Salesforce or ServiceNow is something I'm really closely watching. I'm a believer. I think they will. I think the agentic AI thing is growing as a part of their as a part of their overall revenue, and it's bringing organic growth. And they're starting to see success. You see that where that 2024 peak was where everyone got really ahead of themselves and expected them to just flick it on and start monetising straight away. I think what you're getting now is that you've got green shoots of them monetising at the end user, which is going to give them a pretty big lead, and from that point they'll probably go from there. But it'd be a speculative buy for me. But yeah, I do agree with some points from Mark. Like, there are risks with this because new software is so easily made these days due to AI that the moats are a little bit more shaky than what they were 5 years ago. But I sort of back these guys to stay ahead.
Got it. So there's a difference of opinion there for you to sort out for yourself. Don't forget, information only, not financial advice.